Okay. So, good day. I hope everybody's safe. So, I'm just going to record our class so that we will not be, we will not run out of time and we can tackle every topic for prelims. Okay. So, um, no worries. This will also be in your handout, but the handout would contain a much more um comprehensive one. So okay, let's start. So entrepreneurship theory development. So it says in here, the field of entrepreneurship research has evolved significantly, moving from empirical surveys to more contextual and process-oriented studies. Theory development is crucial in driving the field forward, with over 40 years of ongoing development indicating the growth of the discipline. So, as you can see, entrepreneurship has a continuous evolution. So, when you say empirical surveys, it means it is data-driven. Ibig sabihin, it comes from numbers. Okay, it's quantifiable. To contextual from empirical surveys to contextual process-oriented studies. So in here from numbers to like contexts. So theory development drives the field's progress, says in here, with 40 plus years of disciplinary growth. Now talk about uh let's talk about the entrepreneurship theory or defining entrepreneurship theory. So, a theory must be what? First, there are three types. It must not three types. It should have three things, okay? Or characteristics. Ayan. First, explanatory, wherein it identifies the factors driving entrepreneurship. So for example, it explains why there is a market gap or some motivations. Next one would be predictive. So it's more on forecasting. Okay? Forecasts entrepreneurial behavior. For example, startup access or startup success and likelihood. So this theory could parang masasense, hindi naman masasense, parang it gives justification to this prediction. Okay? And normative, it guides actions. So, when you say norm, it's part of the norm. Okay? Madalas nang nangyayari, normative. It guides actions. So, for example, strategies for entering new markets. So, I do hope that you will be familiar with what we will be tackling next because, of course, you can use them soon when you will be having your business research in your theoretical framework. Yan yung mga kailangan ninyong maalala na i-discuss sa inyong mga paper. Okay? Pwedeng yan din ang, yan yung magiging guide para sa mga SOP nyo, ganyan. So, uh, well, I will be posing a question, no, in here to make sure if you will be watching this one. Okay? So, okay. This is you know, oh my God, this one. How might normative guidance differ for social versus tech entrepreneurs? So that will be a question and I will be posting it in your Google Classroom. Okay? So next one. Okay. So, oh my God. Ah, okay. So, next one. We have the interdisciplinary nature of entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship is interdisciplinary. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Hindi lang siya iisang discipline ang nag-involve. It's inter. So it needs to interact with other disciplines. There is a combination of fields and the crossing boundaries between disciplines or school of thoughts. The interdisciplinary nature leads to various approaches that contribute to a deeper understanding of entrepreneurship. So we have economics, sociology, and psychology. So when you say economics, that's why we had a lecture about the economic development that was posted earlier. So for economics, it focuses on market forces, resource allocation, and economic growth. Next one would be sociology. So this is more about the cultural norms, influences, group dynamics. What does it mean? Why? Because of course, when you put up your business, um, there is this norm when you are targeting a consumer. Um, for example, a culture, the culture of Filipinos will be different from the culture in Middle Eastern countries. So let's say, for example, you will be putting up a company, or you will be branching out to the Philippines and the Middle East. So malamang, for example, you're a restaurant and you know that Filipinos love food and it's diverse. So you could offer pork, beef dishes, chicken dishes, right? But if you will be expanding to the Middle Eastern countries, we all know that this is a Muslim country and that's part of their culture, and pork is forbidden. So you could not offer food, or you cannot incorporate pork in their dishes, right? Or in the menu. So yeah, this is a significant part, you know, uh when you are going to plan to put up a business. So it depends on your market. And of course, the psychology. So it investigates individual traits, motivations, and decision-making processes. So psychology is more on the consumer behavior side or the marketing side. Because for example, what would capture the attention of this target market? I mean, what's their lifestyle? How do they think about it, right? So, um, how does it motivate them to buy? Okay, so that's part. Yung mga marketing dyan, marketing majors, ayan, yan yung ano natin, parang yan yung area natin, consumer behavior. It's more on psychology. Okay. Later on, I will be posting, or maybe on Friday, if we won't have classes yet on Friday, I might be posting an activity for you. Okay, since we cannot meet, supposedly it is our quiz. Okay, so ayun, let's say wala pa ring pasok sa Friday, no choice, online. Kailan tayo magku-quiz? Sa next face-to-face. Ano na lang, isang bagsakan na lang yung quiz. Okay? Before the exam. Alright, next one is the schools of entrepreneurial thought. So actually, we have this school. Ano ba yung school of thought? It is a belief or theory accepted as authoritative by a group of scholars. Ibig sabihin, proven and tested na ito ng mga scholars, ng mga scholars, sa mga philosophers, let's say. Okay, authoritative by a group of scholars. So the macro is from the outside, the bigger one. Macro view, and the micro view is the smaller one, syempre, of entrepreneurial thought are divided into 7 distinct school of thought. Actually, paulit-ulit na itong slide, so we will just move on mamaya dun sa micro. Okay, so under na macro view, we have the social and cultural context, okay, or social and cultural theory. It focuses on external factors influencing an individual's entrepreneurial desires, such as social context and environmental frameworks. So ito yung mga school of thought kung bakit nagkakaroon daw. Ito yung mga theories bakit nagkakaroon ng entrepreneurs. So first is the social and cultural one theory. So anong meron? Let's say for example, uh, nagkakaroon ng ang tawag dito, uh, yung oh my God, yung influence, ayan, the influence, nagkakaroon ako ng brain fog. So the influence or the external influences of an individual, like let's say for example, it can be peers, like if he or she is being exposed to those who are also entrepreneurs, he or she also has a tendency to be an entrepreneur. Okay? Ayan. For the financial or capital, of course, ito yung financial driven. Gusto niyang kumita, gusto niyang yumaman. It centers on capital seeking process, emphasizing the importance of seed and growth capital in entrepreneurial development. So ito, more on money, more on kikitain niya as an entrepreneur, yung kanyang motivation. Next one is displacement. Focuses on situations where individuals feel out of place or hindered in a social group, leading them to pursue entrepreneurship. What does it mean? For example, ano ba yung nadi-displace? Is sila yung mga hindi naman outcast, pero hindi sila part ng majority. Like let's say for example, mga LGBT community, somewhat displaced because hindi naman ano sila hindi naman sila totally, or may mga iba pa rin na hindi pa sila accepted, no? Lalo na ngayon, lalo na dito sa Philippines, hindi masyado, meron na, unti-unti na silang nai-embrace ng society, but there's still a part wherein medyo dinidiscriminate pa rin sila. So, nadi-displace sila. Another thing would be like the expats. Like, let's say, for example, you are a Filipino who migrated to the US. So, ikaw, Asian ka, parang nakadadi-displace ka kasi nandyan din yung um, discrimination, cultural discrimination dahil Asian ka, parang ganun. And some of the Americans, some of the natives in there, actually they're not natives, sabi, because American Indians are the natives. But some of them, the Americans, would look down to Filipinos or other Asian people. So, somewhat they are displaced. So, yun yung mga expats. So, paano yun nagtitrigger ng kanilang entrepreneurial spirit? So, sometimes, because they are being displaced, they wanted to show that meron silang ibubuga. They wanted to show that they have something from them, that they have something to offer. Like, let's say, for example, here in the Philippines, di ba talamak yung mga businesses from the LGBT community? Let's say, Ricky Reyes, right? He is one of, I think, stylist, makeup artist na talagang sikat, Mama Rene, sabi lang talagang siya yung foundation knowing na matanda na siya and mas lalong hindi accepted ang LGBT nung panahon nila, right? Mga 7 or mga 80s, 90s, ganun. But he made he made something, from his name, right? Despite of being part of the LGBT community. So, yun yung nag-trigger din sa kanya. Maaring yun yung nag-trigger sa kanya. And other than that, for some Filipinos na nasa abroad, right, they are venturing into businesses like lumpia, selling food, having a food truck. Meron sa TikTok na isang Filipina na nagpatayo ng isang food truck and they are selling pansit and lumpia. And pinapakita nila sa kanilang mga vlogs na they are being praised by the Americans for having this kind of dish, right? So that's also one of the triggers, displacement, okay? Because they feel out of place, so they wanted to pursue entrepreneurship somehow to belong to the society, okay? And of course, ecological, emerging perspectives based on the relationship between entrepreneurs and the natural world. So ito yung mga parang um, gusto nilang ma-improve yung planet or gusto nilang ma-improve na ng tawag dito, gusto nilang makatulong sa environment through their business. So, ang motives nila is to help the Mother Earth. So, somewhat social entrepreneurship yon. Um, yeah, they can come up with a business plan or a business model wherein it is eco-friendly. So, yun yung motive nila, ecological. Or it can be, yeah, like, let's say, for example, there was an invention, I do not know, but I do not know whether it is already existing or not in the market. But that was years before, I think 5 years ago or 10 years ago, I forgot. But they have invented like a tube that could purify water because they are claiming that in Africa, potable water is not, is infrequent or fewer or lesser in amount. Potable yung naiinom. So, I do not know, though that's also somewhat hindi naman parang condescending. Siguro naman hindi naman. Pero yun yung kliniklaim ng video. No, I'm not claiming it, no. Kliniklaim ng video na gustong makatulong sa people ng Africa because of course may kukunti yung water supply and they have invented um, a tube that could purify water um, and make it potable in just a few minutes. Parang ganon. Para siyang injection, tapos may filter or something like that. So, that's just an example dun sa ecological na ang tawag dito, na reason bakit siya magiging isang entrepreneur. So, yun yung macro. Ayan, social and cultural, financial, displacement, ecological. Now, moving on to micro. The micro view focuses on internal factors. Internal sa loob, macro sa labas. Okay, ito internal. Micro view focuses on internal factors specific to entrepreneurship, where the potential entrepreneur has control over outcomes. It examines entrepreneurial trait theory, venture opportunities, strategic planning, and emphasizing factors from an internal perspective. Okay? So ano yung entrepreneurial? First one is the entrepreneurial trait. Ano yon? So, merong theory na, 'di ba? Meron yung nabanggit natin na myth na entrepreneurs are born, not made. That's a myth. Hindi totoo yon, no? Kasi pwedeng aralin. But, hindi maitatanggi na may mga iba din talaga na innate ang kanilang skill. Yes, no, skill is being learned. Innate ang kanilang talent. Yan, talent is innate. Na magkaroon or trait na maging successful. Like, let's say, for example, assertive sila, resilient talaga, hindi sila madaling mawalan ng pag-asa. Ayan. Innate na yon. May mga ibang tao na ganun. But then, it's a myth still because ikaw, kahit na hindi ka ganun, kahit hindi ka pinanganak na ganun, ay pwede mong aralin maging ganun. Okay? So that's why it was a myth. So dito naman sa entrepreneurial trait, they identify common traits among successful entrepreneurs. Mamaya nasa handout nyo naman kung ano yung mga common traits and that's self-explanatory. Basahin nyo na lang. And then, moving on to venture opportunity, it focuses on identifying and developing venture opportunities. Ano yung venture opportunity? Parang naghahanap siya ng uh, pwedeng pondohan na business. Ayun. Okay? So, venture capitalist ang tawag doon. Okay? So, when you say another thing, venture opportunity, you are spotting gaps. Ano yung kulang? Okay? Example dito, yung pagkakaroon ng ride sharing, Uber's ride sharing. Kasi, 'di ba kapag nagkaroon ng medyo mahal, so pwede kang maging Uber or Grab sharing, mag-share ka ng taxi, pwede 'yon. So that's one opportunity. And another one is strategic formulation. emphasizing strategic planning for successful venture development. So, dito emphasized yung SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Okay? So you can control, when you um when you have this when you do this environmental scanning, you can easily identify kung ano yung pwede mong, yung strength mo, weaknesses mo, anong pwede improve, and OT, those that you can mitigate and exploit or grab the opportunity. Okay, so yun yung tatlo under ng micro view. Okay, now moving on. So strategic formulation, school of thought. Okay, anong ba nga ba ito? Pag sinabing strategy, okay, dapat meron kang, parang dapat meron, or dapat nag-i-stand out ka. Ano yung meron sa'yo na wala sa iba? So, mayroong apat na factors or apat na things na pwedeng magkaroon ka para masabing meron kang leverage over the others or may competitive advantage ka. Okay? First is the unique market. This approach focuses on identifying untapped market segments and overlooked opportunities within larger established markets. By pinpointing these mountain gaps and interstice markets, entrepreneurs can develop innovate solutions tailored to underserved customer needs. So when you say unique market, ito yung parang hindi pa siya na take over or nape-penetrate ng iba. So actually, we have this um, this blue ocean strategy. So let me annotate for you to understand. So let's say for example, saan dito yung, ayan. So let's say for example, uh, ikaw tong isda. Okay? Purple na isda. Ayan. So isa kang entrepreneur. Ngayon, penetrate mo yung ocean na, let's say, dito. Nasaan na ba yung mga kulay dito? Ayan. So, let's say for example, ito yung initial, no? So, pero may mga iba ng competitor. Ah, ayan. So, competitor A, B, may mga pating pa dyan, ayan. So, pumasok ka dito. Napansin mo, na marami, saturated na siya. Ito na yung market na nasaturate. Ibig sabihin, yung tina-target ninyo, let's say for example, tina-target ninyo yung mga women aged, women, so for example, clothing industry ka, tapos ang tinarget mo ay mga babae na professionals na aged 25 to 60 years old. Ayan. Napansin mo, marami ng kakompetensya. Pupunta ka pa lang ng mall, marami ng ibang brands na nag-offer ng the same clothing para sa ganong target market. So ito yung market ng yeah, women na professional na age 25 above, 25 to 50. Pagkapasok mo doon, madugo kasi madugo yung labanan. So, nagkakagatan or nagsasakitan kayong mga magkakakompetensya. So, ang ocean na ito naging madugo, naging red. Okay? Yung part ng ito ng ocean naging red kasi nga madugo na yung ah yung environment doon dahil nga ang dami nyo ng magkakakompetensya. So, clothing apparel ka. Ngayon, naisip mo, bakit hindi ako maghanap ng unique market? Paano? What if ang i-target ko ay, ano ba? Ano bang mga unique markets ngayon? Clothing, okay. I-target natin yung mga, okay, cross-dresser, for example. Cross-dresser ng mga LGBT, both men and women. So, kumbagang magiging design ay papatok sa LGBT community. So, kung sa mga cross-dresser man ay ay tawag dito, yung mga cross-dresser na lalaki, so ang i-offer natin mga clothing ng pangbabaeng design pero mas malaking sizes. Pag sa pangbabae naman pang ah, cross-dresser na lesbian, so mas maliliit na sizes na pang lalaking apparel, parang ganon. So wala pang ito yung market na yon. For example lang to ha, kasi so far wala pa akong nakitang nag-offer ng ganitong products and nag-cater sa ganitong market. So ikaw, why not? No, bakit pa ako pupunta diyan, makikipagsiksikan, makikipaglaban at magiging madugo kung pwede naman ako maghanap ng ibang ocean, ng isang blue ocean, yan, na wala pang masyadong competitor, walang competitor. So ikaw yung nagdo-dominate dito. So ikaw na yan, o yan, masaya ka. So kahit na maliit na percentage lang siya ng total market, at least sa'yo to. Okay, that is what we call the blue ocean strategy. I do hope you understood that one. Okay? So ayan. Okay, moving on. So that's ayan, tapos na tayo sa unique markets. Now, you need unique people as well. To be honest, ang hirap makahanap kapag ang iyong tao ay super skilled kasi highly qualified sila, no? And when you say skilled people, maganda yung productivity, maganda yung output nila, 'di ba? But of course, if you have unique people with unique skills, kailangan as an entrepreneur, alagaan mo rin sila kasi may tendency na agawin sila ng kakompetensya. But take a look at this. If your manpower is highly skilled, then there is a tendency that you will not commit any errors because alam nilang ginagawa. Hindi ka nagagastos masyado sa training. Kasi alam na nga nilang ginagawa, parang update-update na lang ng knowledge base nila. Wala kang masyadong magiging problem. And yung efficiency is mas mataas kesa yung zero experience or zero skills or back to zero na skills. So that is one also of your uh, leverage kung meron kang unique people. Strategy mo yon. Okay. Another one is unique products. Ito yung napaka-common. This approach focuses on product innovation, whether it's development of entirely new offerings or the enhancement of existing products. So, more on ano to, technology, unique products, AI, yeah, the use of AI in some products, something that is not, something that is offered or something that is not yet offered in the market. Tapos ikaw yung mangunguna, ikaw yung pioneer. So that's being unique. Yeah, that's offering unique products. And unique resources. The water well strategy emphasizes the strategic acquisition and long-term management of specialized resources such as land, labor, capital, or raw materials. By securing access to these valuable resources, entrepreneurs can create barriers to entry and sustain a competitive edge. So, let's say for example, um, nakabili ka ng lupa na barren, tapos only to find out, meron pala siyang oil reserve sa ilalim. So, sa'yo yun. So, ibig sabihin, kung magpapatayo ka ng isang business na related sa oil, malaki na ang iyong advantage over the others na bibili pa ng oil sa ibang suppliers. Ikaw, sarili mo na. So, makakatipid ka ng sobra and sayong-sayo lang yun. 'Di ba? So, wala nang makakaagaw sa'yo. So, you can create barriers to entry. Ikaw yung maghahari kasi ikaw lang yung may resource na ganun. Okay, so, yun yung apat na things dito sa Strategic Formulation School of Thought. Okay? So, next one. Entrepreneurial economy. Okay. Nasa na tayo? Okay. Entrepreneurial economy. So we have the entrepreneurship symbolism. Entrepreneurs symbolize business tenacity and achievement, driving innovation and accomplishment in today's business landscape. So we have the renewal process. Entrepreneurial companies play a vital role in market innovations, technological advancements, and productivity growth, fostering change and competition. Okay, and the next is social mainstream. Okay, this includes inclusion via small businesses. So more on examples dito is the microfinance in India. Okay. And next one is the global impact. So entrepreneurship is not limited to developed countries. It uplifts individuals in developing nations, empowering them to improve their economic status. So of course, we all know naman na entrepreneurship would really help the economy. It really would have a global impact because it can help uplift developing economies. Ano yung developing tayo? Pilipinas, developing country tayo, no? And that is why uh, the government is um, conducting some programs that could help SMEs here, like they could help they could help certain small and medium enterprises with this ayuda or loan, business loan or free consultation, ayan, sa mga DTI because it can really help. Of course, why not, 'di ba? Pag nagkaroon ng business, syempre magbabayad ng business taxes. What else? It can also provide jobs. So, bababa yung unemployment rate kung merong isang business or may magpapatayo ng isang business. So, it can really give or it can really alleviate, ayan, the poverty somehow, no? And it would have a global impact. Okay, next one. Generational variances in entrepreneurship. So distinct entrepreneurial disparities exist among different generations daw. A comprehensive study titled Multi-Generational Worker Attitudes in the United States delved into how various generations perceive entrepreneurship. So si baby boomers, ang last na baby boomer na generation ay mga 60 years old, mga ka-age ni Ma'am G. So 45% daw consider themselves more entrepreneurial. Gen X, 41% consider themselves more entrepreneurial. Ano yung Gen X? Sino yung mga Gen X? Mga panahon ni Sir Leo, Ma'am Christy, ayan. Gen Y, kami, millennials, 32% daw consider themselves more entrepreneurial. And Gen Z, kayo yon, grown up in a post-internet era into the workforce is imminent. So kayo yon, Gen Z. Gen Alpha, predictions suggest that Gen Alpha will be the most formally educated group in history, commencing education earlier and pursuing longer studies. So, more on studies daw si Gen Alpha kumpara dito sa mga entrepreneurs, no? So, yun yung based sa study, multi-generational worker attitudes. Okay. So, I will be posting questions and activities for you to answer. Tignan natin kung talagang nakinig kayo. Okay. And I will be uploading another, ano tawag dito? Another lecture note for entrepreneurial theories. So, ito, school of thought pa lang yan. So, if you have questions, just comment sa stream.